Just recently, Jon Jones said he will be vacating his UFC light heavyweight title. He posted this on his Twitter saying, #ESPN Reyes vs Jan for the UFC light heavyweight championship of the world. As of right now, I got nothing to really gain from fighting either of them. Let me know if you guys want to set up a day in 2021 for that Izzy fight. Hopefully you guys will be willing to pay by then. In a recent interview, Dana White has reacted to this news. He said that it's Jon Jones' decision and he's made enough to retire. Speaking to the Canadian press, he went on to say Jon Jones is one of the greatest to ever do it. The decision he wants to make regarding his career is up to him. The reality is that he's made enough money from fighting that he's now in a position to retire and never work again in his life. A 5-round women's flyweight bout between Jessica Eye vs Cynthia Calvillo has been targeted to headline UFC Final 176 on 13th of June. Jessica Eye is coming off a unanimous decision win over Viviane Araújo and Cynthia Calvillo is coming off a draw to Marina Rodriguez. Daniel Cormier on the DC and Helwani show gives his thoughts on Jon Jones vacating his title.
So this is what I think, and this is so crazy. I believe that he is more serious about walking away because in all those times that he was suspended and hurt and all that other stuff are gone, he kind of learned to live without that belt. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because for a long time, he held the belt when he beat me the first time for so long that when he lost that belt, he probably thought his world was ending. But then he was gone for 2 years and life probably didn't seem all that different. So he's probably looking at life right now and understanding that if I walk away from this belt, is my life really going to change all that much? And I think that gives him comfort in being able to say the things that he's saying. So I think to a degree he does believe. I do believe that he's serious. Well, you got egos, right? Both of these guys have big egos. You know, not many people stand up to Dana White in this way, and Jon Jones feels as though he's so valuable that Dana White shouldn't stand up to him in that way. So, I feel like anytime it's more public than normal. But if you think negotiations in football, baseball, basketball don't resemble this, well, I'm walking away, and then they come back to the table. Well, I'm walking away, and they come back to the table. You're insane. It happens at every level in every single sport, just not as publicly. Jon admitted to making $5 million a fight, right? You start working back half of $15 million, now you're sitting at $7-8 million. I am almost 100% certain the UFC would pay a $7-8 million base for him to go fight Francis. And if he's such a big star and it's going to do so well, then maybe the pay-per-view will get you to the number that you want to be, right? If it has as much intrigue as people are saying it does, and then that's on the fans, right? It's on the fans who are supporting you in this fight to go out and purchase the pay-per-view. And when they do, now you make all the money that you need. That's how I feel. Like, hey, I don't think he's wrong. The guy really understands his value and he's gonna stick to his guns. Good for you. But I also think that it's this happens at every level and with every single sport, just not as publicly.
All right, it's time to put in some work. Got a nice little crew of guys, volunteers. That's gonna. You guys ready to do some work?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Let's see if we can find something to clean up. You guys need help with your small businesses? We're here. Hit us up. We'll be here all day. Time to work.
Hey, Ricky.
Champ.
Hey, John, do you still have that other equipment in there? Hey, John, have some water.
Champ. Helping out, doing his part. Nate. John, do you have anything you want to say?
I'm not really sure what these old people did. I'm not really sure how this helps anything, right? I'm all for the protest. I think it's great to protest and voice how you're feeling about things. It's really important, but it's just not right. Vandalism's just not right.
Marlon Moraes called out Dominic Cruz on Twitter. He posted this saying, "Hey at Dominic Cruz, call at Sean Shelby and let's fight. Pick a day and let's go." Marlon Moraes is coming off a win over Jose Aldo, and Dominic Cruz is coming off a loss to Henry Cejudo.
Platform, so I have to speak on it. I've been doing it for like the last 2 weeks. For the last 2 weeks on my stories, if you watch it, you see I've been angry. I'm pissed off. Wait, hold up. How many of you walk into a store and have to put your hands behind your back just so they don't think you're stealing? How many of you walk down the street and have to kind of smile and try and make the person who you can see is already scared of you, make them feel comfortable? I just moved to a point in Remuera. I'm at the top floor. I have to go in the elevator. 3 times already I've had to have racist, scared white people jump when they see me. And I smile at them. So now I gotta stay to the side and let them walk through just so they don't get scared when they see me. Why? Because I'm black. Just because I'm black. What did I do? I didn't have a choice. If I had a choice, though, I'd still be black. After this, I won't keep you guys long. After this, we're gonna march. But we've been talking for so long. We've been marching for so long. But it's not about us now. Shout out to all the white people, all the people of different races being here, because we need you. We need you to speak up. We need you to say something, because like he said, like you said, I'm sick and tired of seeing those faces get killed, because guess what? I see myself in them the whole time. And it's heartbreaking, man. I'm pissed off. Hey, man, we squashed this COVID curve, right? They're trying to militarize the New Zealand police. Let's squash that straight away, all right?
And Michael Bisping on the Believe in Me podcast speaks on Jon Jones wanting to get released from his UFC contract.
Well, here's the thing. Number one, you can't do that. He's signed to the UFC. They have him under contract, and they're not just going to let him go just like that. Simple. It all started over money and this whole Francis Ngannou situation. He said he wants to move up to heavyweight. He wants to fight Francis Ngannou. And in order to do that, he wants more money. Dana White came back, and I don't want to get into the ins and outs of the financial situation because it's none of my business. But just a quick brief overview. Dana White, said, no, I'm not giving you any money. You're under contract. And if the super fight, which, kind of would be to a certain degree, if it is as popular as what you think it will be, then you will make more money anyway because you get a percentage of the pay-per-view. Then apparently they went back and forth. Jon Jones was talking a bit. Dana was defending himself. Dana was actually very cordial. He was cordial in his responses, but Jones was getting a bit upset. Then he said, why are you calling me a liar? Show the text messages. It was like a soap opera going on before the whole world.
Did he show the text messages?
No,
or
he didn't. Dana's not going to do this. They're going to lower himself to do that. It's like, well, shut the f*** up. You know what I mean? But then he comes out. I think he's earning like $5 million per fight or something like that. And he wants more money. He's saying he wants Deontay Wilder money. Dana's saying, well, hold on a minute. He got $30 million or something for his last fight. You're not going to get it. Listen, I'm all for fighters getting paid more money, but I don't think anyone's going to get $30 million anytime soon. $5 million is pretty good. He wants more. It is what it is. He's earning a very good living. But he's saying, that is his stance, and he's entitled to take that stance. And he's saying, okay, well, if you won't pay me what I want, and this is his right, of course, if you won't pay me what I want, then I want out of my contract and I'm going to leave the UFC. And if he wants to retire or not be active, then again, that is his choice as well. But there's no way the UFC, I would highly doubt it that they will relinquish him from his contract.
Except Roy. What? Of course I want to fight. No problem, mate, yeah? No problem. A proper fight, but. What? What'd you say? You getting smart there?